坐返好，我哋繼續開會啦。
Let's resume.
好，我哋繼續。
Let us resume our meeting. In relation to the remarks made by Mr. Hao, I have sought legal advice. Please refer to ROP 41.4. It doesn't apply to a member of the public coming to express their views to us. So, of course, as chairman, I have to control order here regarding the remarks by Mr. Hao. I have advised him to stop. So I will conduct the meeting in accordance with the rules of procedure to ensure that we proceed smoothly. Chairman, well, 41.4. It shall be out of order to use offensive and insulting language about members of the council. If a member feels the remarks by a guest here is offensive, well, they include Mr. Chen Chi-chun and Dr. Fernando Chang. And Chairman, you have to rule whether the remarks were offensive and insulting or not. You have to make a ruling. You have to make a ruling. Please do not speak before I direct you to do so. Otherwise, I have no choice but to invite you to leave. Well, as I said, the legal advice I received is the rule of procedure quoted only applies to members. And repeat once again that we cannot control the statements of members of the public here. But if it is found that what they say will create problems for the effective conduct of meetings here, I will advise the speaker to stop. For Mr. Hao, I have asked him to stop. 41.4. I think I have already stated my view on this subject, Mr. Chen. All right, you say that this rule doesn't apply to guests. Well, if they use foul language to abuse officials and also legislators, will you just let it be? Well, I will stop it. Well, if no one has put up their hands, is it my turn? Please do not waste my time. I've got only 3 minutes. Thank you. I'd like to talk about Long Valley. Well, Long Valley wetland is reserved for wetland conservation. I welcome that. I think we can follow the model of Tin Shui Wai wetland. On the one hand, we can have conservation. Second, we can have tourism development to stimulate the economy of the North District. Some farmers and landowners and villagers will indeed be affected by the plan. So please listen to their views as soon as possible and notify them the plans and give due compensation. The boundary of Wai-chuen will be affected by the plan. Please earmark and other land for development of small houses in order to achieve a win-win situation. And there is no description of farming activities in CA zone. Although there will be farming development in the plan, there is no corresponding policies. I urge the administration to pay heed to the need for farming development. Many people in Hong Kong like to consume locally grown vegetables. They only account for less than 2% of the consumption in Hong Kong. So please set up modernized, systematic, and high-value farming policies to cover farming, logistics, and value-added activities. Land should also be reserved for educational purpose so that the new generation can understand the contribution and importance of farming to society. The community has growing aspirations for a quality life. They would like to have access to healthy vegetables. So the administration should encourage organic farming in existing farmland so that farmers who intend to transform their operation can be given assistance and receive certification so that we can have comprehensive development in farming. I don't have a lot of time left. I hope government officials can approach us for the development of Long Valley. Thank you. Mr. Zhang Yuk-on, Livelihood Association for Sha Tau Kwok. Good morning. I support the development of NENT. Regrettably, Takuling and Ping Chair are now left out in the revised proposals. I think some objectors are not very constructive. They have not provided constructive advice. For instance, can we increase the development density and increase the height? Please don't say that low-density developments are just for mainlanders. I was involved in the development of NENT plan. Our thinking was very simple. We believe that Takuling, because it's in the rural area, we should have low-density development. And for the Northern Loop, the plan was not yet finalized. The Northern Loop was supposed to serve Kutong North, Fanning North, and then Takuling. And then I also proposed that it could be extended to Sha Tau Kwok to interface with route number 8 of Lo Wu. Well, we must think global because we are living in the Earth Village. We should not just think of ourselves. And I agree with the chairman of the Rural Committee of Sha Tau Kwok. We all have feelings, and I am really sympathetic to the plight of villagers in Kutong. In the 1970s, I lived in Hangzhou for 1 year. I am attached to the place, but is it true that we can never live elsewhere? I think we can adapt to a new environment. The government should have proper policies so that we can match new developments. Well, after the Shakhat Mei fire, Tai Hong Tung and Tiu King Ling were developed. If they insisted on no demolition, no removal, we have so many PRH estates to rehouse residents. Please don't say that we should not think of the future generation. We have to consider how their housing needs can be resolved. I am against the remarks by Mr. Chen. Study of local community. He said that NENT NDAs are to serve the people on the mainland. I don't think they have thought for the welfare of residents in NT. I live in Mujialam. Is more than 10 minutes walk from Lai-Chi-Wo. I think Ms. Emily Lau knows because she frequently visited Yan Chao Tong in the past. In our place, there is no electricity or water supplies. Now, people say that there are precious species. Your time is up. Next speaker, please. Mr. Zhang from Kutong North. Thank you. The so-called revised proposals. I fail to see how is it different from previous plans. The only difference is a compensation package of $600,000. there are no details. In the past 3 rounds of public consultation, I made a lot of comments. Once I faced Mr. Wai-chuen in a meeting room, I expressed my valuable comments. He said that my views were recorded for consideration by the council. Now, I don't think he has considered the views expressed by us. Every time, I stress that there should be no destruction of villages. Private properties should be preserved. How can the government destroy our comfortable homes and ask us to live in PRH units? You give us $600,000, but I have to pay rent. How long is it going to last? For 12, 13 years? So the money will be returned to the government subsequently, and I won't have any house anymore, and I am left with nothing. This is outrageous. You ask yourself, if you were us, would you agree to such a program? This plan is just the same. The government is adamant that it would proceed as planned. You and your officials have turned a deaf ear to what we say. Well, the government claims that you want to be fair, you want to bridge the wealth gap. I question whether the government is really creating the wealth gap. This is just robbing from ordinary people. So, Zhang Kashan represent the Kutong village. I am against the destruction of our village. I should have the right to preserve my private property. You cannot rob it from me. And I think the government has also breached the basic law, because the public consultation is not fair, not just, and everything is unacceptable. I'm strongly against destruction of our village. Please withdraw this plan and consult us once again. Come to visit our villages and then reflect our views, and then you have to sit down and come up with a proposal that is acceptable to most people. Thank you. Mr. Nam Xiu Fu from Kutong North. Thank you. The NDA's engineering study was announced earlier this month. I don't think it is a good plan. It's just a plan to destroy our village. Our village is over 100-year-old, and we've lived there for at least 4 to 5 generations. We are very used to rural life. We are an recognized village under the Heung-Yee-Kuk, and our village representatives are returned by 1 person, 1 vote, and they are also recognized by the government. The government has paid no heed to the right to existence of our village. As a representative of Kutong village, I am strongly against this proposal to destroy our village.
I remember that on the 19th of July, Mr. Paul Chan, the secretary, went to the North District Council to listen to district councillors' views. 21 district councillors spoke, including the chairman and vice chairman of the district council. 13 members opposed to this project of destroying Kutong village. The government must listen to public views. Today, so many Kutong residents have come here to express their views because all along they don't trust you. I can say this every time from 2008 to now. On numerous occasions, we said that the administration should think of a plan to keep Kutong village so that it can survive. From 2008 to now, we've not seen the government do anything. For this enhanced project, it will still destroy Kutong village. You only take care of major land developers and major landlords. You have turned a blind eye to the existence of Kutong Village. So how can we accept this project? How can our villagers just sacrifice themselves for nothing? Thank you. If you have brought with you written scripts, please pass them to our staff members after the meeting so that members will clearly understand your views. We've overrun for this session. The next session should start at 11:35. Just now, two of our members, Ms. Emily Lau and Dr. Fernando Chang, have signed up for asking questions. I think in future we still have a lot of opportunities to ask questions. And we have to grasp our time well because we still have a motion to handle. So if the two members so agree, can I ask the officials to respond first? Then we can still allow members to ask questions in the next session. Is that all right? All right, I'll invite the officials to respond. Please be brief. As time is pressing, I'll only give you 3 minutes. Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to thank the panel on development for arranging this public hearing today. I'd also like to thank the deputations and individual members of the public for coming to express their views. Let me reiterate that at present, my wife and my children in Northeast NT don't have any land interests. Mr. Chairman, Hong Kong really lacks land for housing supply. The NT Northeast Development Project will give us a very major supply of land resources. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of housing. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of housing units. 60% of them will be in the public sector and 40% in the private sector. Mr. Chairman, when we consider this project, when we plan for this project, we absolutely did not have the concept that money will solve everything. That's definitely not our thought. We understand that rural residents love rural life. So, when deliberating on this project, we tried as far as possible to minimize the impact on villagers and to do conservation well. On the views expressed just now, allow me to respond as follows. Mr. Vincent Ng mentioned planning in terms of design and diversification. I also met with some of the deputations here. We'll try to provide compensation and assistance as far as possible. My colleagues will follow up on these issues. The golf course has been mentioned a number of times. I won't repeat what we've said. The golf course has already been covered by the New Territories North study. That will take time. It cannot replace the Northeast NT project. Another deputation mentioned the elderly homes. The administration will assist the elders in these elderly homes and relocate them to other homes. Many of these homes are privately run. For commercial activities, the landlords involved need to do their own planning. When the Northeast NT new development area is completed, in Kutong and in other areas of Northeast NT, there will be elderly homes. Mr. Chairman, can I have a few more moments? Yes, please be as concise as possible. Some friends mentioned our agricultural policy. I'll refer their views to the Food and Health Bureau. A friend also mentioned belief and New Asia College. Yes, I'm a Christian. I also thank the representative for this Bible. In 2008, I joined this council and then later the administration. Precisely, I'd like to dedicate myself to social service. If you read my name card of 2008, I also recorded a Bible verse there. That is, I have to walk with God. And still today, that's my motto. New Asia College is my alma mater. I'm very clear about the lessons in the school song. There, it said that we should attach importance to our spirit and mind. So we have to humbly and with revere, I serve the society, the community. The New Asia College's motto is that we should spare no effort in our young times to serve the community and the public. So I'll give public interest the first and foremost consideration, take care of the needs of the residents, and do compensation and assistance well. All right, thank you very much for attending. Yes, I have to grasp our time well. So if you don't mind, we'll take a break of 3 minutes and resume at 10:40.